is about just celebrating them and lifting them up. All right? So today, what I want to do is I'm going to have you guys just go around, say your name, the name of the business that you have, how long you been with the business, and for you, the organization you're with, and how long you've been with the organization. So I will have Miss Zetta go first. Yes, Zetta Crawford, guys.
I want to give it back to Jay. Thank you, Jay, for allowing me to be a part of this platform. I am so elated to even be here on today. And I am Zetta Crawford. I own Zetta's Health and Wellness. I've actually been an entrepreneur, my own boss, for 32 years. I know I don't look like it, but I'll be 53 years young in a couple months. So, and I do own Zetta's Health and Wellness Boutique. And I'm just here to help everyone get on their healthier journey.
Thank you for having me, Jay. Yes. Thank you for thinking of me. My name is Selena Walker, and I am the owner in the business of Beautiful Beginnings. I've been doing it for a little over 30 years now.
Nice. You want to add to this, Bruce? Not yet? All right, we're going to transition over here. He's a little shy.
My name is Ephraim Scott Smiley III. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, New Covenant, for putting on this event and having me be a part of it. I started Character and Skills Basketball about 6 years ago, and I'm also the City Life Middle School Director, and I've held that position for 6 years now.
Nice. Let's give that a round of applause. Nice. So one thing we do as a men's board in preparing for today is really dissecting and vetting who we're going to come up today. And your names came up over and over and over again. And that just shows that people are watching. People see the work that you guys do, and we wanted to put it on a bigger platform so that people can continue to support and you guys can just continue to do well with your business. So I have the pleasure of not doing business with each and one of you guys, but I've been a part of it in some sort. So I just want to share something about you that was a game changer in my life and in my wife's life. So we celebrated my wife's, I'm not going to say age, but we celebrated my wife's birthday, and it was phenomenal. We had almost 100 people there, and we had cake. We had so much different things going on. And after the party, the one thing that everybody at the party talked about was your decorations. So this woman and her business and what she does is amazing. And I just wanted to say that because I have family from DC still calling me today talking about the decorations you did. So thanks again for that.
You're welcome.
Ms. Zetta, again, I have some personal connection because me and my wife support your business, and you're the first person that come up when it comes to different products that are natural that we can try, that is good for us, and we support you, and my entire family knows you, knows your business, knows your product, so thanks for all that you do. All right? Smiley. I've been in Fort Wayne, 11 years now. I met this guy at the Y. He's very humble, but he talks trash. I don't know if that makes sense. And I say that because I met him kind of on a basketball court. And this guy can play ball. And being the competitor I am, we kind of went at it in a friendly but competitive way, and it led to us, having a relationship and just continuing to stay in each other's lives. I've been over to City Life to help volunteer over there with some of the work that he's done. So I just wanted to share that because he is continuing to do that same work, and he does an amazing job at it. So let's give him a round of applause, please. So when we talk about the work that you guys do in the community, what made you decide to start this business? And for you, Smiley, I want the same question for you. What made you get into the work that you're doing? So I'll start with you, Miss Zetta.
Okay, I'm gonna try to make it real quick, but it started with me styling hair for maybe, I was on my 18th year, and I was challenged with a lot of health ailments. A lot of health ailments, because I didn't choose me first. I chose everyone else before me, and my health was failing. I was troubled with having borderline diabetes, inflamed cancerous cells, IBS, you name it, severe anemia, just everything. I was not thinking about Zetta. I was thinking about everyone else. And I was actually on the verge of committing suicide because of my ailments and everything that I was challenged with. And just knowing that my grandfather passed away with cancer, my father passed away with cancer at the age of 44, my mom had cancer, my aunts and uncles was leaving here with cancer, so I thought I was going to be that one. So I was going to take myself away from all of that. I was in the oncologist's office for the very last time I saw death, and when I saw death, the Holy Spirit came within me and whispered in my ear and said, "This is not you." And I made a promise that day that if I get out of this appointment with no cancer, I would do the best that I could to get on my healthier journey. And maybe 6 months later, someone introduced me to some great and amazing products, and I became that product. I overcame what I was challenged with, not because of the product itself, but I made a decision. My mind and my thought process was eating healthier. Getting out there, moving around, exercising, something that I was not doing. I was spending 12 plus hours, styling hair. And I chose me first. I started to think about me, and it became something that everyone else saw within me. They saw that I was coming back alive. I was smiling more. It was just not morning, it was good morning. I do say grateful morning every time I wake up now, but it was just morning, time to go to work. But now it's grateful morning. I have time to think for myself, and since now I am not challenged with what I was challenged with, supposed to have been on chemo meds for the rest of my life. I have not been on any medications in 10 years, and that's nothing. And I became what I was sharing, and it just so happened fell on accidental, me doing the business. Everyone was wanting what I had, wanting to feel the energy that I was giving, and I just started sharing the products. And I knew that, as your wife say in her song she wrote, and it resonated with me, turning my pain into purpose. And that's what I've done. I turned my pain into purpose, and my purpose now is not about me. I know that God had this plan for me to help everyone else overcome their health challenges. So I do this for the community. Although I came to be a better version of myself, I want everybody else to be a better version of themselves, and it starts with a cleanse. I do have cleansing teas that help cleanse our bodies, and not just cleanse our bodies, because a lot of people think that I have a weight loss product, but I have a waist loss product. You guys are going to catch that on the way home. It's something that removes all of the bad out of our bodies, that allow us to have a foggy thought process, like I was thinking about taking my life. And now that that fogginess has cleared, I am now globally a life changer.
Hey, come on. She's trying to be humble. No, we're not going to let that slide.
And I do help so many people across the globe. I just flew back from, where was I? I fly in so many places. Orlando, thank you. I was just flew back from Orlando, and to be one of the people to even be awarded to have the most consistency with helping people help themselves, that means the world to me, because out of 50 states in all the countries over the world. I was one of those people out of little old Fort Wayne, Indiana. So I know that this purpose that God has set for me is meant to be, and it was just stumbled upon. And now I do this as a full-time job. So if you guys want some cleansings and some replenishings of your body, most definitely look me up. I'm Zetta's Health and Wellness.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Same question for you guys.
For me, when I got started doing this, I would do like little parties for the family, you know, kids' birthday parties. My brothers and sisters always say, like, were my children, so I lost my mother at a young age, and so whenever their birthdays, whatever came around, I would do little things for them. My first wedding was, our son was in the Marines, and he called and says, "Mom, I'll be home in 2 weeks. Me and Angie are getting married, and we don't want a little bitty wedding." Still yet, that was not my plan. I was in the medical field. My goal was to become an RN. And then I found where people were asking, "Can you help me with my wedding? Can you help me with my wedding?" And as I'm doing this, and I find myself buying and buying and buying for their events. And then, so it started getting where the weddings were getting bigger, people were wanting more. And so Bruce and I were going down Anthony Street, and I think that's when it really hit me. This guy had all this wedding stuff on Anthony and McKinney that he was selling. And never seen it before. And I said, "Bruce, can we stop?" He said, "Yes." So we stopped. And so the guy, you know, was the heart-shaped arch, candelabras, you name it, it was out there. I wanted it all. Bruce said, "If you're serious about this, you can get anything you want." I bought the whole lot. Wow. And from then, thank you, honey.
That's a leap of faith right there.
And then from then, that's when my journey began. But still yet, and honestly, then I start feeling you know, it's like there were toys, you know, so it's like I got all this stuff, I don't know what to do with it. And then you say, "I know God." Yes, I know God. I knew, you know, we all talk about God. But then I really start feeling the Holy Spirit, where then it started growing in me and the ideas. And so 30 years is like the business has grown. And before I forget, people think Bruce and I do this by ourselves. And I put everything together at home. Bruce loads the trailers. And I got 2 young ladies that have been with me. Kalitra and Jaleesa, would you please stand?
Yes.
For over 10 years.
Hey. Great job, ladies.
They have gotten to know me very well, and I am very picky. I am very serious about the business, and they are the same way. Now, I did start out with my sisters, Erica, which she's here. Please stand, Erica. I love you.
Hey.
2 of my sisters were working for me. I fired them.
Wow. No, we're talking about the good stuff.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to say that.
Well, I fired them. Well, because, you know, it became, here's the thing, it became such a, like God's purpose. You know, I couldn't understand the purpose, the planning. And I want everybody to understand, everybody think it's all about the decorations, but the underneath part of it is when the brides and the mothers and the fathers and the stepfathers and the stepmothers and the boyfriends, we're all sitting there together, red flags, issues, dramas, everything that comes before the wedding day. And Pastor can tell you, it's like some of these rehearsals go 3 and 4 hours. For me, 45 minutes. Let's get the issues all ironed out before we step into that church. We're going to organize it before we go into the church. The only thing we're going in on a Friday night to do is to rehearse it out. And so, and it's not so much the bride that's the problem. It's the parents. Take it, honey.
That's my baby. She gonna have the biggest wedding ever. Nice.
So my thing of it is, it's like the beauty of it all to me is when you put God in the midst of it, and then and mainly we're talking about the young generations that are getting married. They are so confused, and so my thing of it is, it's to me, it's all about the bride and the groom. It's all about the bride and the groom, and you know, and I really have to ask God sometimes to help me, because like I said, when the parents are involved, especially if there's step parents, there's fathers that have been involved in their daughters' lives for a while. The mother has turned the fathers against the daughter, or vice versa. That could go either way. So for me, and like eventually I do talk to the parents, and basically I let them know, we're not going to ruin your daughter's day or your son's. So whatever issue is that's going on with you all,
Wrap it up before you get there.
let's get through it for that day. And then you go back the next day doing whatever you want to do. The wedding party, I refuse to do anybody's wedding unless I meet with the wedding party. They don't know me, and I don't know them. And when the bride's coming to me, I get a feel for her. I get a feel for what's going on. I get her comfortable enough where she starts telling me things. Okay, now it's time to meet the wedding party. It's time to bring the parents in. And I go in, I meet with everybody, and I shut the issues down. This is how it's going to be ran. If you cannot do it, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. Then you need to leave so we can move on. But you are not going to ruin this young lady's wedding.
Amen. Amen. So I have a question. Was I that difficult when you was working with me?
You know what? I have to be honest with you.
Yes.
Let me hear
Communication,
this.
communication is very important. I was talking to Jay, and before I let you come to my home, give me some type of idea of what are you wanting. Him and Naoki said to me, well, it's only 2 weeks, it's 2 weeks. Well, to me, that's a short notice. And I'm thinking, so after, you know, not communicating with got Naoki to come over a couple of times, I got into her head and thought, okay, you don't have to be bothered with me no more, and I don't want to be bothered with you. I'm just going to do my thing.
Hey, let me grab your mic real quick. Bruce, grab her mic. So Smiley, I can only imagine, like, the work I do, you know, I love what I do. It gets me up every morning. It's a passion that I have. I love the engagement with the people. When you are picking this career, like, how did that process come about with you?
So I was about 17 years old, and my parents were working at Pontiac Youth Center at the time. And I remember when I was in middle school, and my parents couldn't afford for me to get haircuts as frequently as some of the other kids. And when I was on the bus, somebody took a comb through my hair. And I remember how painful that was. And that's 12 years old. Fast forward to 17, and now I'm playing at Southside High School. I got a little, you know, rep, clout, whatever. You know, I'm beyond that stage, and then I see a young man who's being picked on at the center about his hair. And I had taught myself how to cut hair, and I went into Pontiac Youth Center and I cut his hair, and it allowed me to feel like what I had been through was for a purpose beyond myself. Amen. And that helps me show up every day, because I know there's certain young people that don't have certain things that will cause them to get picked on. And if it were not for somebody who cares, they would stay in that predicament and then become, you know, just victims of what everybody else has to say about them.
I got you. Hold on, I want to stay with you for another second. So when you look at your greatest gift, your biggest talent, how do you apply that into the workplace, into that environment with these kids?
So I would say compassion is my greatest gift, and just being able to see how somebody feels and be able to empathize with them, and then maybe give them just some advice or just a listening ear, or just assurance that, like, just because things are the way they are now doesn't mean that's how it's always going to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's good. And one thing about Smiley, I've been over to City Life, and the kids gravitate to him. I mean, the respect level is high when it comes to him. It's yes, sir. You know, it's no disrespect. So I can see your presence at that place being needed. So I just want to continue to encourage you, man, just to continue to uplift them kids. It's needed. And I can almost guarantee you are having a major impact on them kids. So can we give them a round of applause for that? So one thing for my business owners, as a business owner myself, we do a lot. We wear a lot of hats. We started off at some point, you know, doing the dirty work, the groundwork, and as the business elevated, we were able to take a step back and be more of a delegator and kind of surround ourselves with good people to help us to kind of have the same vision as we do. So what are the most difficult things with being an entrepreneur, being a boss, having your own business? What are some of the difficult things that you face, Zetta?
That's a lot. Just being, because you got to think, we don't clock in on nobody's clock, so no one is paying us. So the difficult thing is just waking up every morning with the same grind. You know, okay, I got to get up, I got to do this, I got to motivate somebody to get on their healthier journey. I got to inspire the next person. Who is that next person going to be? And first and foremost, I wake up with this saying every single morning. I have to, first of all, I'm getting older, so I have to pee when I wake up. And then I have to pray.
I can't laugh at that. I'm sorry.
And I pee, I pray, and then I get into business. I'm sorry, you guys. It's
In that order?
In that order. It's the PPC.
PPC.
And that's what I have to wake up and think about each and every morning. And when I say it's to check my business, that's meaning check me first. Okay, Zetta, you got to wear this smile, because sometimes, you know, us business owners want to cry and we want to break down, we want to give up because people just don't want to listen to our health is our number one wealth. And no matter what we think, because I can say, I know a lot, I didn't get into this to make money, because my riches is to help the poor health, and that's means to help the poor. And I have to wake up every single day on what is people going through, the mindset of others. I get so many people coming to me and inboxing me, messaging me, how do you stay humble? And the only answer I have them, and it starts with it only has 3 letters in it, and it's God. So first of all, we have to most definitely know God and choose him first. And then we can be able to help everybody else on their journey. So I'm going to say the difficult thing for me is the people who don't know God and trying to explain to them how so important their health is and why they're going through the things that they go through, because they're not making the right choice. And the right choice is not for the cleansing of the body. The right choice is not for the replenishing of the body, but it's the right choice is for the knowing God and how you can get your mindset set on that first, and everything else to fall in place. That's the most difficult thing for me, when people don't know who God is, and how I have to be on that journey to explain to them my journey in order to help their journey. So it's going over that over and over, and people not understanding that process first. And when they understand that process first, then we can start adding longevity to our lives, because God is the one who gives us that life, right? And it's explaining that is the difficult thing for me.
That's good. That's good. Bruce, you want to take this one? What are some of the difficult challenges with you guys running your own business?
I would say some of the difficult challenges would be is once you're dealing with a person, the same thing like you said, you know what they want, you know what they need, but then they're doing the opposite, and now you got to convince them to get on the right track, to do the right thing. It's more people that anymore, if you look at a wedding, we do retirement parties, birthday parties, whatever, but it's amazing of what they want to be the center of attention of that event. You know, they want us to put more money here, more emphasis here, but then you got to stop and realize it's really not that deep. You know, the good thing is when they come along and they have no idea what they want, and you can sit them down and tell them this is how things are ran, this is what a contract is. You would be surprised of the people that sit at the table with us, and you can say, what's your budget? And they will say, what's a budget? You know, and then that's where money just runs rampant, and at the tail end, they will say, I shouldn't have spent that much money. So really in a business, to me, in the sense of what I do with our business, when it gets to the point that it gets to be frustrating, it's time to back off and sit and relax a while. Then there's a point in time to where you think it's a problem, but the phone rings off the hook. And you can't take care of everybody. You can't tell everybody yes, everybody no. So really what you got to do is you got to pace yourself, and then, like you said, health-wise, you got to keep yourself as number one, because if not, you will run yourself in the ground. But it's all fun, and it's what you make of it.
Nice. Good. So back to you, Smiley. Did you want to piggyback?
So not to necessarily piggyback, but I do run Character and Skills Basketball, which is a 501c3. And the challenge for me in running that is I also have two beautiful daughters, two sons, and a beautiful wife. And so trying to make sure everything is right within city life and character and skills, and then making sure that each person in my own household knows that I'm there for them first and foremost. Sometimes even if they don't want to have a conversation with grumpy old dad or old head dad, but it's worth it. The challenges of making sure your children know that you are there for them are worth it. So
That's good. That's good. Yes, I think we are at the age of old head.
yeah.
Someone called me that in the gym the other day, and I looked back like, who are you talking to? I know you talking to me over here. So really quick, Smiley. Just in our city, you guys know Fort Wayne is slowly creeping up there with violence. And we may not in depth hear the stories with these kids. We may not see the broken homes. We may not see on a more intimate level like you do. So what are those challenges like when you are facing these kids that you have this connection right away? I can only assume you want to do more. So what's that challenge like, knowing that these kids are just in the middle of this violence and, you know, and they're just lost? Like, how do you deal with that?
Well, fortunately, but unfortunately, when you grow up in that type of environment where you go into school with somebody one day and then they're not there the next day because of a killing, you know, like, and when you at college and, you know, you come home and there's 4 or 5, you know, RIP T-shirts with friends that you used to hoop with at the park. So I think being able to relate helps somewhat, but it still doesn't bring back that loved one that they have. So it's like, okay, how do we grieve and take the time to acknowledge that something happened instead of just becoming numb to it as if it was supposed to happen?
Yeah.
And then charting a course forward where these young people can be put in positions to make a difference, from cleaning up trash, which statistically speaking, there's research being done that says that a clean environment leads to a more peaceful environment. So instilling pride in them, instilling the fact that they are our leaders. You don't have to wait till you get gray hairs in your beard or a title to make a difference. You can do it right now. And that's the mindset that I try to
That's good.
relate to them.
That's good. So one more thing before I go to you two. So as a church, as peers, as a community, how do we get on board to help a City Life, a Youth for Christ, to pave the way and help with that process for these kids?
Well, it could be as simple as, let's say you couldn't come over for 3 hours a night, or even 3 hours in one night, like picking up a kid and bringing them to City Life, or we have opportunities where you could be a volunteer and maybe take a couple kids out for ice cream or something, or whatever talent you might have, whatever passion you might have. If that intersects with the interests of one of our young people, then maybe you could maybe we have a healthcare program at City Life for future nurses, doctors, and so on and so forth, future entrepreneurs. So the list goes on, and I think there's just a lot of opportunity where each individual can take their calling, gift, and passion and kind of intersect it with the young people that are in our doors every day.
That's good. So do we hear that? They need help. They need volunteers. It doesn't necessarily have to be money. These kids need time. They need engagement. They need face-to-face. They need love. They need hugs. They need encouraging words. And again, I can't help to say that when I went over to City Life, these kids were just smiling, hence the name Smiley. And you have a kid that for 2 hours, they forget the hardship. They forget the broken home, and they get to come to a facility and just be loved on. So when it looks like what can we do as a community, as a church, as leaders, as peers, we got to get involved. This can't be all on one organization's back. He's one person. Yes, there's other staff there, but we need more. So let that be placed on your heart on how you can have an impact on your city. When we look at the news and we see the killings and the violence, don't just shake your head and say, oh, there's another killing. Say, hey, I have a chance to make an impact. So just kind of think about that.
Can I say one more thing
Yes,
about
please
that?
do.
Like, it might seem like a daunting task, but if you follow through with just that inkling to do something, the Lord will show you what to do, and you probably start small. You probably be uncomfortable. It's not going to be easy. Like, it's going to take some time, but just don't give up, and you'll see progress starting to happen.
That's good. That's good. All right, so for my business owners, so I can recall prior to starting my business, I had to rely on faith. I remember working at a job, and I wanted to come off that job so bad. And in order for me to do that, my wife told me, you need to put this amount aside. You need to make sure you have this many accounts. And at some point, I had to take a huge leap of faith. So when you look at your business and your business, what would be the next step? What would be an example of, you know what, I want to expand this business and I'm going to take a huge leap of faith? What would that look like?
Well, everything we see big was once small, so we have to start somewhere,
Amen.
right? In the basement, and then we work into this incorporation. So I can say for me, I wouldn't say I'm big. What I would say is I started with me, and I'm gradually working with others. I do have a global life changer business, which means I am building an organization. I have over 300 people under me.
300?
Yes, that's.
Y'all didn't clap. Come on, guys. We went over this, guys. Any acknowledgement, any accolades? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And I do, and it's a network marketing. So if you guys know that we network market everywhere we go. If you guys got the best shoes, I know the cooks in the kitchen, I was network marketing their business. Oh man, we got the best cooks here at New Covenant. That's what speaking greatness about people,
Amen.
or speaking greatness about your brand new shoes, Michael Kors, those people are rich. So we have to speak greatness within our community, most definitely, and saying, Miss Selena, we have to, oh, Miss Selena, we got the best. And so now I
Amen.
know, Miss Selena, I'm going to be most definitely speaking greatness about your business, because we have to help our, I wouldn't say poor people, but most definitely we're still small and we're trying to grow. So we have to speak greatness into what is surrounding us. And what I can say is, I'm speaking greatness that's within me to be able to have these 300 people that's under me, that's also are life changers, that's also helping share health and wellness, because it's not all about the wealth. As I say, it's the wealth will come, but once we get everybody on one accord and understand the process of just to understand living. What is really, do any of you guys know what living really is? Living is not just waking up. And as Mr. Smiley, we have to wake up and live within our children, right? Our community, and I don't want to stress, but our community needs to know if we can release some bad from us as parents, we can instill the greatness within our children. I'm so grateful that I have some great and amazing children that I know. I wasn't in this health and wellness business only for 9 years. I'm going on 10 years, but most definitely when we can know God and we can understand the process of our purpose, it will go and instill within our children. I don't have the best children, but I have the greatest children.
Amen.
Who's going to instill that greatness in their children. And that's what we have to start understanding. This church should really be packed with our African American community, because this is we're in the Black History Month, so I mean, come on, you guys, we got to hold each other's hands in this, right? So grab a hand and bring them on. I wanted my family to be here. My sister-in-law, thank you so much. My brother-in-law, thank you all so much for giving me the love, because like I say, everything we see that is big was once small. And when we can understand that process, no, you're not going to get rich overnight. It's going to take time. And I know as long as God give me the time each and every day, I'm going to get richer and richer. And that's within the love that I'm showing to my community. That's the purpose that I know that if I can smile within my purpose, I'm going to be a lot richer when I can help someone else smile, because we don't know what other people are going through. Somebody in this audience is hurting. Somebody needs love. Somebody needs to cleanse their mind, body, and spirit, just so they can show that love to someone else. I might laugh and joke, you guys, because that's the type of person I am. But most definitely, if it was not for me cleansing my body to release not weight, but to release the waste, and I am 58 pounds lighter of the waste that was holding me down, and that is not holding me down anymore, and I am floating in each and every one of you guys' spirit to just understand the process of great health. And that is what matters in order for our community of people to be the healthiest that they can be. And maybe the guns will go down, right? Maybe the youth will understand that my mom and my grandma and my aunts and uncles are healthier because we're speaking greatness and using our voice within them, right? So, and a lot of parents fail to realize when our children turn 18, it's not to put them out the house. It's to show them that it's greatness out there. You're now, able to live your adult life. My children is 25 and 31. I have two twins that's 25 and a 31-year-old. They're still in my home. I don't want to put my children out there to struggle. So when we can continue to hold each other's hand in this thing, everything is going to go accordingly. And as I'm going to end this with this, everything that we see big. A lot of people say, Zetta, you're rich. And I tell them, you're right. I'm rich in blood. I'm rich in faith. But most definitely, I wish my bank account was the way that you guys see it. But that's because I instill greatness in people to allow their mindsets to think that I'm rich in monies, but I'm rich in faith. And when we can all be rich in faith, I guarantee you, everybody will see us in a different light over the monies that we may have. Because if somebody robbed me today, I'm going to say, sorry, y'all. But
You was just practicing.
y'all just practicing. Y'all got to go out there and go get those Michael Jordans and, go get those Louis Vuittons, go get those whoever you see with all the monies. But that's what when our community needs to help each other. And I don't get into the richness of everything. I don't go buy all those name brand things. Prayerfully, my kids continue to live this thing out. If we spend $5 for a purse, make that be the richest purse you got, because it's not how much the purse cost, daughter.
Uh-oh.
If we don't have anything to put in it,
Amen.
that purse don't matter, right?
Can
If
you
you
say
ain't
that
got
again?
if
Say
you
that
ain't
again.
got nothing but
Point to it.
coins in there, why buy a $500 purse when you ain't got $500 to put in it? And I'm gonna end that with this: everything we see big was once small.
I hear that. All right. Same thing for you guys. Well, just a leap of faith. When you're looking at your business, when you're looking at growth, when you're looking at just anything you want to do more with your business, that requires you to not just do due diligence to make sure you have everything, but what's a moment where you either had to take a leap of faith, either prior to you starting, or now that the business is up and running and you may want to do something more with it?
For me, personally, and there again, I don't know God's plans, his future purpose for my life. I'm happy where I'm at. Like I said, with my staff, Jaleesa and Kalitra, they've been with me for years. And when Bruce mentioned the budget, and like I said, I have these young adults coming to me. No, they do not know what a budget is. All I know is that they want a beautiful wedding. We sit down and we come to an agreement. And it's interesting because when they come, they're picking out the little bittiest thing that they want. It's like, what is your budget? And like I said, I'm not going to let anyone use me. You're going to pay for the service, but it's going to be beautiful. I don't care what you pick. It's mine. I own it. I bought it. Whatever you want, it's yours for your wedding. And that's where I'm at. So for me, it's not about the money. It's about making people happy. And for these young girls, these young ladies, they're lost. These young men, they're lost. And sometimes, like I say, when they're doing the right thing, they're getting married. They may be living together, but they're getting married. And the issues that they have, and when Bruce and I can sit there and they see us as a couple, and you'd be surprised that when they open it up and lay it out on the table, these are hurting young couples that are wanting to get married. And so therefore, I know they're having their counseling with their pastor, and I don't think that they tell the pastor everything. And I don't know the questions that the pastor may ask them, but I know what they're saying to me. And so they're looking for, to me, like I told Bruce, they're looking for honesty. They're looking for maybe the disciplining. They're looking for this. They're looking for answers, just answers. And just to make a long story short, when I'm talking about fathers, stepfathers, mothers, stepmothers, to say how the conversation went, but to put it out there, no, honey, your mother's boyfriend is not walking you down the aisle while your biological father is sitting there. Those kind of issues, you think about it. Where did you get this from? And when I say I have to go in and I have to speak with the wedding party, speak with everything as a whole, and I truly thank God that he gives me the boldness to stand up for what is right. And Bruce constantly tell me, these people gonna kick my butt one day. But I'm doing it for God, and I can't do it any other way. So for me, my thing is with the young adults that are getting married, the confusion. And it's like, before we bring this in the church, before I bring you underneath their pastor, or we're solving this now, Now, I got the wedding party mad at me. I may have some of the wedding guests mad at me, but it's all about what these two couple are getting ready to make right in their lives. So that's where I'm at
That's
with
good.
that.
All right, last question. 20 seconds to answer. All right, make it short and sweet. Get right to it. So, as a believer, it's important for me when I go to work, whoever I'm associated with, even with my clients, it's important for me that they see Christian values. It's not just business, money. I want them to see a reflection of Christ. I want them to see a warm, welcoming business owner that's fair, that has integrity. So how do you take some of your Christian values to your workplace? Go ahead, Ms. Etta, yep.
Well, when someone joined my organization, I always tell them to choose God, family, and then the business. So I'm going to keep it short and simple. God, family, and then your business.
I like that. That's a T-shirt. Where's Ty? Ty, is Ty in here? Ty, we need those printed next week, bro. Say it one more time.
God, family, and your business.
For all the entrepreneurs, that's a moneymaker. All right, Smiley, go ahead.
Okay, this is going to be longer than 20 seconds.
Oh, you good.
For character and skills basketball, we're in a competitive arena, AAU basketball, and I think people see Christ in the way that we handle success and the way we handle adversity. The kid that scores 0 points is valued just as much as the kid that might score 20.
That's good.
So it's not about your productivity, it's the human, you're a part of humanity, you're a person, and we're gonna value you no matter what you can bring to the table. Just bring everything you can to the table, and everybody will prosper from that.
That's good. All right, you wanna send us home, Bruce, or?
I'll do that. I look at it, what we bring to the business as Christianity, to where when people come to us, usually what happens is, like I said, we do all kinds of events, but when you have a couple that comes to you and the first thing out of their mouth is, I don't have a minister. That's where it's time to start working with them, finding out why they don't have a minister. Where can you find a minister? Which we do have ministers that do weddings outside of churches and in the park and stuff like that. But what needs to be done is, and we try to do with them of sitting down, is finding out what they're short of. And if that's one of the main things, now we've got to get them on the right track of, okay, what church are you attending? What church do you want to attend? Do you have a minister or not? Why not? And we get it kind of put together that where by the time it's all done and over, you feel good about it, because there's a lot of lost people out here, and to reel them in to where they need to be, all they're looking for is somebody to say the right thing or to help them, instead of embarrassing them about what they don't have in that field.
That's good. One more.
And another thing, when these young couples come to us, in their mind, and then of course we got the wedding party, we got all these people in their head. In their mind, it's a party. It's a party. It's a party. I have to bring them back. No, it's not a party. This is something totally different.
You don't play, do you?
Well,
You don't play. Go ahead.
but you know what? God don't play. No, God don't play. But honestly, it's like bringing them, letting them know this day that you all are talking about. When I hear how they want things to go, but then I have to bring them that, it's like, this is totally different. It's more different than you'll ever know. So I want them to feel the Holy Spirit. I want them to feel that. So therefore, I have to keep their mind focused on that. And as I be honest with you, as I get to working with them, by that time, the mom and the dad, they're able to bring their daughter down the aisle if that's what she wants. And there's I have to leave it up to the daughter, because it's the bride. All kind of situations there where bride's adamant, no, my father's not walking me down the aisle. Well, do you have a son? Do you have a brother? No. Well, then you will walk down by yourself. But here's the thing. It's about the respect.
Yes.
It's not bringing in parents that you're mad at, putting them on display so everybody can throw stones, because we got a lot of different families there. So it's just about trying to bring the family together and hope within that somebody has connected. Now, I've seen moms and dads at a wedding, honest to God, daughter and father, and it was so sad because they didn't talk. He didn't like the guy she was marrying. It was all these different issues, and he was determined he was not going to walk her down the aisle. But like I told his daughter, I said, the last minute, your dad's going to walk you down the aisle. I know he is. I feel that in my spirit, because some other guy was going to walk her. And I said, and when he do, and I said to the gentleman that was going to walk her, and this was an older couple, and I said, you will walk with your father. I said, because he is not going to let this man walk you down the aisle. And sure enough, at the very last minute, I saw the father get up, walk around, and he came down with the daughter. Well, now we get to the reception. And then so the father actually came to me. He said, hey, I want to dance with my daughter. Can you make that happen? And she was looking at him, talking to me. And when I said something to the DJ, I just gave her this dirty look. They danced, and they both fell to the floor crying. And she thanks me for that. Every time she sees me, she thanks me for that day. But here's the thing. Tomorrow's not promised to any of us. Her father died like maybe a year later.
Wow.
And you see what I'm saying? So they came close. I mean, they bonded. So it's like, that's why I look at what's deep. You know, the decorations and stuff, all that's pretty. Yes, I put it together. Khalid and Julissa put it out, but I'm busy working on the spiritual part of it, the heart, the soul, everything that goes with it to give these couples a good start. Because, you know, it's the head, and sometimes parents are not the head. Somebody has to jump in, but then sometimes the parents see that, and they do come together, and they realize how I'm one. Make it make sense to me.
Yes.
And if it don't make sense, then you're not going to push it off on me. I'm just
Amen.
sorry.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. All right, so I think we just had another T-shirt. What was it?
Well, just what I was saying, God, family, and purpose, just broken down, just like what you guys just said. You know, whatever occasion we may be going through, still the top two, God, family, and then that occasion. So I'm so super
There you
grateful
go.
that you was able to bring that family together.
There you go. All right, guys, let's give a round of applause. Yes, yes. So we heard from everyone. Again, it's good to know their journey, know how they got to this point. And again, our job is to make sure we just continue to support. So here's the fun part, all right? It's not over yet. Where's Pastor? Pastor, you want to come up, or you want me to just go ahead? All right. All right, so what we decided to do is, you know, really show our appreciation. We wanted New Covenant Forge 365, our men's ministry, to put this event on and come up with something that really will show our appreciation to these individuals. So our first one is the Business Award, and just excellence, you know, commitment, loyalty, prosperity. We wanted to give our first Business Award to Miss Zetta Crawford. So please clap. Keep it going. Keep it going. Nope, that's not enough. Come up front, take your pictures. Yes. All right. You got, yep, get your picture. Yep. Uh-huh. Yes, indeed.
Y'all,
Oh, she's steady coming up front. Come on. I'm about to give you the mic.
thank you.
All right, our next business award. You two come on up. Clap it up, clap it up. For Miss Bruce and Selena. Again, New Covenant Forge 365. We thank you guys. We appreciate you guys for all your hard work that you do, not just in the church, at your jobs, in the community, and just continue to prosper. All right, clap it up, guys. Keep going. 5 more seconds. 2, and one. All right. This next one is our community award. Give it up for Smiley. Come on up. Come on up. Yes. Again, for all your hard work, all your dedication, all your commitment, we just want to encourage you to, when things get rough, when things get difficult, just keep pushing. Every second, every minute at that facility, in that environment with those kids, it is important, bro. We appreciate you guys. Hey, he's not doing it for money. When someone is a teacher, a counselor, that's putting their heart and their soul to change a kid's life, this is what excellence looks like. It may not get the biggest praises and applauses, but when we see men like this in our community, guys, we gotta lift them up. All right, every moment that he's in that facility, think about the days where he don't want to go to work, and he still go to work. And that one day may be the day that changed a kid's life. So we applaud you, man. Appreciate you, bro. All right. So one last thing before I let you guys go. We're about 21 minutes over. Forgive me. All right. So again, thank you guys for coming out. We really wanted to acknowledge our own. It's nothing like supporting your own. These are members here at New Covenant that we see every Sunday. We run into in the grocery stores, we run into at the gym, and they're doing excellent things. So when we see them, support them. Say, hey, what you got going on? Really quick, how can people support you? Website, whatever. How can they, really quick, 10 seconds.
Okay, you guys can support me by looking me up on social media. I'm on all social media platforms, but you may be able to find me quicker on Facebook. I am Zetta the Go-Getter Crawford.
Hey, really quick, 10 seconds, Bruce.
You can locate us on Facebook, and all you have to do is, if you have an event that you want done, just give us a call and trust us, and you will be happy.
Yes, parties, birthdays, picnics, cookouts, anything that needs a decoration, a tablecloth with some color, they would do it, and they would do it well. Smiley.
Social media, Facebook, Ephraim Scott Smiley III, Character and Skills, basketball, Instagram.
Yes.
All that good stuff.
Any volunteers that want to go in the afternoons, give an hour before you go home from work. You're already tired. You might as well go give another hour. Go represent, support, and sign up to be a volunteer. It's fun stuff. It's basketball. It's game night. It's flag football. It's fun stuff. It may be tutoring for homework. Anything that you guys feel as though you have a gift, a talent for, it can be used over at City Life. So put that on your heart. Yep.
3701 South Calhoun, right
31.
across from Southside High School.
Yep. All right. So round of applause really quick, guys. All right, I promise this is my last thing, and I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks again. I appreciate all of you guys for showing up and helping me support these individuals. I just want to make one announcement. Our men's event for the men's ministry that we're planning right now, this year for May 31st through June 2nd, we are currently planning a men's conference that is getting booked as we speak. We already have 70 people signed up. So, yes, clap it up, clap it up. I say 70 people signed up because I want New Covenant folks to sign up first. I want you guys to have first dibs on being a part of this event so that we can take care of in-house first. All right, I want to be able to rub elbows and touch shoulders with New Covenant men. All right, we need you guys. We're putting on a conference, and our theme is Ephesians 6:11-13. All right, does anybody know that by any chance? Somebody said they know it. Talk to me, Miss Carol. Put on the whole armor of God. Say that again. Put on the whole armor of God. Oh, she ain't done. Yes, keep it going. You in another chapter. Keep it going, Miss Carol. Yes, our theme is gear up. So men, we have to gear up. We're not just fighting the haters that we can see. There's schemes coming at us every direction, and it's important for us to gear up, stand guard, so that we can fight these schemes. All right? So we are taking early registration today. So I want to talk to the women, the wives. Sign your husband up. All right? Sign your son up. Sign your nephew up. It is important. We're talking about 200-300 men that's going to be here right in Fort Wayne, right here at New Covenant, fellowshipping together and trying to stand together so that we can go out and be successful. We can go out and make sure that we're standing firm when it comes against the devil. All right? So please meet with me after this event if you want to sign up. We have an Eventbrite set up for you guys. And just put that on your heart. If you know anybody that it will benefit, please reach out to us. We will gladly get them signed up. All right, can you guys stand? We're gonna give them one more round of applause. 18 and up.